And I did it all for love. Yes, I did it all for love. Oh, they say fools believe in it, so I guess I'm one of them. Oh, don't you know I fell for fools gold, I fell for fools gold. What did I know? What did I know? I fell for fools gold, I fell for fools gold. What did I know? What did I know? You were fools gold. Yes, I did.
Hello everyone and welcome to Longer and Harder, the show on the internet. This isn't Longer and Harder. This is not Longer and Harder. I take everything I just said back. Hello everyone and welcome to R&D is Snowed In show. The movie. The show. How are you all doing today? Hello Trans Gamer Girl, hello Awkward Pasta, hello Christy and Micro, and did I see anyone else? I think that's it, but it's a random Friday afternoon. Where I got snowed. We had a snow thing happen here. Oh, I just see. Okay, I am peaking real fast. Okay, so I'm gonna get less excited because I just noticed that I'm like breaking my audio. Okay, I'm gonna slow down, calm our shit down. This is just a random stream. I doubt anything meaningful will happen here. I doubt we'll do much besides just kind of have fun. Chat, we can chit chat about things and whatnot. We have videos we can watch. We have games we can play. We can just hang out and stuff. I'd be actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I can't do necessarily like I can't share videos yet. But if I am gonna just throw this out there. If people wanna join in the chat, you most certainly can. If you have internet connections and want to just jump in and chat. I don't know how that would work, but I can figure it out. This is going to be a figuring it out kind of thing. First and foremost, I need a filter for my audio. So my computer did a thing where it didn't crash. It just, let's do a limiter first, right? It didn't crash per se. So, okay. So that might be better. So now I have a limiter. So now I can yell and not like break your ears. So we got a limiter in there. So, so we got that going. Yay us. But yes, my computer, it didn't crash, but there was something wrong with my hard drive. And I needed to reinstall, or my hard drive couldn't be read, or something like that. And I needed to reinstall my OS. And so I had to so everything's just kind of fresh new on this computer again. And none of my settings are set up correctly, so nothing is working like it should. It's fantastic. It's great. So, and then I got snowed in. So why not? You could always set up a Hangout and stream the audio from that. I can do that. So, that part I can do. I can definitely set up a Hangout, if I wanted to. Hangouts. And I do have Google Hangouts installed, so it wouldn't be too hard, to be fair. So if someone would like to join me and just hang out and talk, you definitely can. It'll happen. Some things will happen. This is it'll happen. So if you like to come, let me know. Micro, mostly you, because I know you're kind of thing. And Trans Gamer Girl, I know you do internet things, right? And we can talk about shit. Google Hangouts has never left. So yeah, if you want to join in and things, let's see. How do I start? Okay, we're gonna start a new conversation. We're gonna start a new group. I need to email people. Fudge, how do I do this? I need to email people. I don't want to email people. I just want to start a group. That's all I want to do, Google. Why do you have to do this so hard? So make this so difficult? So no, Christy. Google. So the thing that went away was Hangouts on Air. That's the thing that went away. The thing that stuck around was Google Hangouts. That has never really left. Before it's still here. It's just a pain in the ass to use is all. Zoom is definitely, I think, better. Can we do like Hangouts, Hangout contacts? Like, how do I start a new Hangout? That's what I want to know. So you can still talk, like add. Oh, there we go. New group. Ooh, new group. I still have to add an email. No, I just want to start a call. So you can still like talk to people and whatnots, but you just can't do it on live as easily. Like I have to do OBS and stuff. Just send the URL. I'm trying to do that. I genuinely am trying my best to set this up as I keep you all entertained with my ramblings. Google Hangouts, but I haven't done this in a very long time, so I don't necessarily remember how to do this. And I just did this. And I don't want that. I just want the website. I don't want the extension. I don't want the Google Store. I just want Google Hangouts. That's it. And I want to make a new conversation, and I don't know how to do that without sending someone an email, which I don't have your emails necessarily. Oh, well, let's see. Whose email do I have? So yeah, empty Hangout. This is an empty Hangout. How do we... Okay, new conversation. I don't want to add a conversation. Okay, new conversation. We'll add... I don't know who I have here. Who can I add? Let's see. Can I do new group? And add... MicroBlogganism. Send me your email address. Sohola is not bad, actually. Okay. I can't actually start an empty hangout. That's the problem right now. I can't start an empty hangout. So yeah. So like I said, we can chat and stuff, and we'll figure this out. Someone will figure this out, not R&D. No, I have not, wife. And I am busy. My wife is texting me, asking me. So we made dinner plans with friends tonight, and it's like a blizzard outside, so I don't necessarily think that that's gonna happen. But I have not done a very good job at talking to people. Yes, we did talk about Wola. Okay, so here's what I got. So okay, there's no okay. One, I want to make. Okay, we're gonna do all of this. Just. Oh nope, didn't mean to do that. Let's go to here. Let's go to here. Open up studio mode so you all don't lose me. And I want to go here. And while I'm here, let's see. I need to do image so that y'all can see what I have. So Gio's got this crazy idea, like absolutely insane idea that I do not approve of, remotely approve of. I think it sounds disgusting. So we're gonna try it. Entirely because it sounds disgusting, we're gonna try it. It sounds real bad though. So okay, we got that. Okay. No, we don't want to add it. Come on. Yes, add my camera. There we go. Okay. So it sounds super gross. It's called Wola. Wola. So let's. Okay, there we go. It's called Wola. It sounds disgusting. And it's remind me of what it is. It's you said it was wheat beer and cola. So I don't have either of those. I have a Dr. Pepper from last night that I didn't finish, and I have a Spice Belgium Abbey. Those are our options. So we could do that, but I don't think we'd have a Wola. We have something different. But that's what I have, and I have a cup. So, oh no, okay, we won't try it. I guess we won't try it today. But so, note to self. Hey Google, remind me tomorrow to buy a wheat beer and Coca-Cola. Okay. So we got it. You're a spicy Abbey. So okay, we will try that maybe Sunday. So we will maybe give that a try, but for now we just won't. I used vanilla Coke once accidentally. It was disgusting. Okay, so we kind of have a beer of the week where we have this beer, but I've already had this beer before. This is the Lucky Bucket beer, which is fantastic. I do love this beer, and it's very appropriate for the weather. But I only have one of them because it's horrible outside, and I don't want to go outside and buy beer. So I have lots of beer, or I have one beer, lots of scotch, and lots of wine. So I can keep myself drunk while I am stuck in this blizzard, but I don't have a lot of beer to actually use. So we can drink and whatnot. Oh, did we ever figure out this? I hope someone is working on this, MicroBlogganism. Can I go? What happens if I click here? What happens if I do that? Allow. Allow. Oh, there's a hangout. Oh. Can I add people to this? Ooh, okay, here, we're gonna do this. Oh, okay. So I started a hangout. Okay, one thing is done. Do I want to switch users? I probably do. No, that's okay. I trust you-ish, enough-ish. Copy link. Okay, we have a link, we have a call. So that should mostly work. What I don't have, though, is headphones. And so that means we got to fix that first as well. We are super professional. Again, this is not supposed to be super serious. So if anybody's here as later is like, you're a D, you are a mess all the time. Why are you even streaming today? It's because I wasn't going to. I was cleaning my apartment before I decided to do this. So I just was bored. So deal with it. Okay, so we do have a Google call going. So if you would like to join, I'm going to send at least, I know Micro said that they were interested. He was interested. So I will send that to Micro. And if anyone else would be interested, just say something in the chat and I can send you the thing. Drunken Blizzard does sound fantastic. There are blizzards in Nebraska. I thought you only got tornadoes. Oh, I wish. See, Nebraska's fun. It's a fun state where you have. In the summer, you die of tornadoes. In the winter, you die of blizzards. And there's no in between. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic place to live. So where are the cats? Other cats right there. I'm not sure if you can see her. I can probably switch to like full camera mode. There is other cat. So she is joining us today. Other cat is here. But no one else is. Hobbs, I think, is cuddled up somewhere. I'm assuming, I'm hoping he's cuddled up somewhere. I do see a MicroBlogganism. Can I hear a MicroBlogganism? Let's do... We need to do this like that, and this like... No. Where is my audio? Oh, is it this audio? Okay. I think that's it. I think that's what I want. Nope. I don't know. Can Micro hear me? Who knows? Maybe. Maybe they can. Maybe they can't. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm talking. This is the fun bit about trying to figure all this out on camera. This is not what I want. Oh, this is what I want there. Ah, I got that backwards. And this is what I want there. Okay, let's try again. I can. All right. So no one else can hear you though. So we're gonna try something else.
Oh,
nope, that didn't work. We're gonna try that. Try that. Say a thing.
A thing.
Okay. Well, we gotta say more than a thing because I wasn't paying attention.
More than a thing.
Oh, there we go. You are way loud though. Let's turn you down a little bit. But it worked. Okay, we figured that out on live and it worked and it's fine. Okay, now everyone else can hear you, not just me.
What's gonna be super weird is the fact that everyone will be able to see you, but I won't. Unless I mute the stream and watch it like with delay.
Wait, you can't hear me? What?
I can hear you.
You can hear me. You can't see me.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, because I mean, I guess I could turn on my camera here. Like there. It's the weird camera though. So now you're stuck with weird camera, not good camera. I guess I could switch it too.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's just like...
There we go.
Okay, now I see what the audience sees without having a delay.
There you go. All right, now we're good. Good, we're perfect. We got there. See, solving problems. Solving problems. You need my email? I'm Twitter DM. Okay, Abby wants to join us, so let's DM Abby as well. All the cool people are going to join today, it looks like. So, Abby, there goes a Twitter DM for you. So come and join the chat. You will see my real name. Feel free not to say that. It doesn't actually matter too much.
Wait,
but...
is it your real name? Because it's spelled different than what I thought your real name was.
Ah, the real name issue. This is a fun issue at work. So I have, so I'm an immigrant, as you know. Which means that I have what is lovingly called a stripper name. So I have my name. Yeah. So I have my name, like my legal name, right? That's the name my parents gave me, and it appears on my driver's license and all that nonsense. And then I have my stripper name, which is the name that I gave myself to be more American. So I think you've heard my stripper name because my wife uses it,
yes.
And she doxes me all the time. So you have heard my stripper name.
You are aware that you have doxed your entire name on Patreon, right?
Yes, that too. Yes, patrons also know my name. I forgot. I think I've said it a couple times, or yeah. You are right. Yes, I dox myself constantly. So that's fine. But yes, it's not as whatchamacallit. So it's not too important that like the name I think that you've seen probably on Patreon is probably the one is probably my stripper name, I think. So Yes.
I am. Apparently, I'm very silent, so I'm assuming everyone is.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we can hear everyone in here in the hangout, but for the audience.
Yes, I'm trying to mess with the audio because when I first started the audio, it was like really loud. But now we're getting there. We'll get to that next meeting. So hello, Abby. How are you, Gabby? Christy. Gosh,
I don't want to. When I was switching over, I used Abby for
you
the
used
most
Abby.
part. Yeah, it's my stripper name. So, for the record, on the raw feed of the interview I did with you, it has your name sitting at the bottom, which was cut out when I.
Yeah, I think I use this account. Yeah, it's just fine. I don't like. I'm not particular. Like I don't care that my name is out there in the wilds. It's more like every once in a while I get slightly worried when like I get into like a real tiff on Twitter, and then I'm like, oh shit, like one of these assholes is gonna do a thing, and it's just gonna be rough, especially because I work like in a medical field, and the last thing I need is some random asshole from Twitter calling up my job and being like, oh, you know, what did you know that your employee is doing this nonsense? Oof. So
and then they're like, yeah, that's R&D. We know. Yeah, he's a weirdo. Like we aren't surprised that he's doing this shit.
That is going to be the funny part. At some point, my coworkers will find out about this, and none of them are going to actually be surprised. They're going to be like, yeah, that entirely makes sense. Yeah, but no, I don't tell my coworkers. My best lady, who's on Twitter, has found me on Twitter. And so she is well aware of what I do. And then I have like one other friend who's well aware of what I do. But that's it. Nobody else really knows this side of me.
No one knows what it's like
to be R&D.
Thank you.
Tough.
Thank you.
Someone's gonna sing it off and finish it.
Drinking beer and tea.
Oh, I got like 4 liquids in front of me. I've reached that point in the day where I've become so lazy that I have a bottle of water, a cup of coffee, a beer, and a Coke or a Dr. Pepper.
Cup of coffee and a diet soda.
And
and then there's a fifth liquid there in a bucket on the floor.
So Maddie from Objectively Subjective was giving me a hard time about the fact that I take a break in the middle of the fucking show to go pee. It's like I don't know what you all want me to do. Like I feel like it would be super awkward to like hear like a stream going.
Stream.
Yeah.
Well, what's even weirder in that interview was the fact that he was like, "Oh yeah, like I've been on like for like drinking heavily for 6 hours during a stream, but I didn't go pee. Like, what's wrong with you?"
They have like
and he has other people on. He wouldn't even have to make a break. He could just like, "Hey, can you entertain people for like 2 minutes while I."
Like I do that when we do taking a look at. I do that. Like we all do that. We just step off and like, okay, whatever. Micro and Gio are talking now. I'm gonna go pee now. And it works out fine, so we never have to have pause. But I don't. Yeah, I my bladder.
The new group I'm in. We did 2 hours and 40 minutes last Friday for the first show, and we had a sort of a cool down thing at the end off air for about 15 minutes, and then we were like, okay, we'll talk about this later because every single one of us has to pee. And so we got to build that in at some point because,
I haven't you had 2 episodes, right? Or are you on episode 3?
We're on episode 2 tonight.
Episode 2 is tonight, and I haven't watched episode 1, but I did subscribe to the channel.
Oh, thank you.
I should find it because I would like to plug it if I could. I think that would be lots of fun.
Well, saying its name for a starter might be an excellent idea.
It's called Liquid Voice.
Liquid Voice. But yes, if you can get,
I think that's right.
I honestly I didn't want to say the name because I wasn't sure of it. Like I saw you tweet about it and I
Good
subscribed, but I was like, I don't know the name. I just know it's the one that Christy's in.
Oh dear. Yeah, me and Ozma, and Melius, I don't remember. And me and Alex and Rod.
Okay, I know Ozma.
Yeah.
You, I don't know if I know the other person.
He's trying to make up for being. We had an interesting conversation early on. And you came up a couple of times because he's trying.
I get a little worried when someone says I came up in a conversation.
No. It was fine. He's trying to make up for being a shitlord up until like very recently. So he put together this group to sort of do the farther left. But people who are far left but not crazy people.
Yeah.
Why am I having? This isn't me. Oh, let me just check my own. Hold on, I'll be right back.
No, sounds good.
Why am I having trouble with this? This is so silly.
So trans gamer girl does suggest that I just pee in a bottle. I do have one of those, but I feel like it would be loud and everyone would know exactly what's going on. I also don't trust my aim.
Also, yeah, I was about to say, you either have to either you have to aim down the bottle, or you have to put your dick inside the bottle. And that's never a good idea.
Don't put your dick in things is usually a good
Do not
advice.
put your dick in things that don't have a hole in the other end. Because what will inevitably happen is that your dick will like shrink a bit due to temperature, and then there's a vacuum, and then you won't be able to get it out.
Good.
Can only imagine.
That is an actual advice you like young people are given. I remember being given that advice. Like never use a vacuum cleaner, because it sounds like a good idea on paper. It's not.
I could see that being a terrible. I don't know. Oh, okay. Have either of you two read God, what the name of the book is called Guts. It's like a short, it's a collection of it's not even a book. I think it's like a collection of 5 different short stories. They're all
ring a bell.
Look it up. I don't even want to spoil it. Look it up. It does involve masturbation and objects. Also, dear. I'm real sorry that I told you about it. You're gonna hate me, but it's also worth reading at least once in your life. And I'm real sorry. Please forgive me for the thing that I have done.
The stream is called Fluid Voice, by the way.
Fluid Voice. Hey, you were close there.
Yeah, I'll get it right at some point. There is only one. It's easy to find on YouTube.
All right, let's find it real quick so that I can put a link in the thing. Oh, that's not YouTube.
Okay, I'm not sure if this is their book. It's called Guts, and there's a little sad smiley face on it.
Maybe.
And it says #1 bestseller in the Amazon category, anxiety disorders.
Nope. I'm gonna have to look. Okay, now I'm gonna have to look. I think it's called Guts, but now I'm confusing it. It might be. Oh goodness, it's been so I read this in college because I had a friend who was like. God, but I had a friend who was okay, Guts short story.
I'm in the Horror Writers Association, so I know of at least 10 stories called Guts.
Yeah.
I just searched for Guts book.
Guts short story is what I looked up, and then that I think got me by Chuck Palahniuk. Palahniuk.
Oh, same guy who wrote
Chuck Palahniuk.
Palahniuk. Thank you.
Yeah, the same guy who wrote Fight Club.
The Fight Club. Thank you. I could
That
brain
explains.
damage.
Yeah. So there you go.
Okay.
Guts, short story, or I think it's a book. But no, sorry, Guts. The book is best known for the short story Guts, which has been published before the book. Okay, so I think the book seems to be called Haunted, and the short story is called Guts inside that.
Okay.
And I think you can just sort of find that short story.
Yeah,
just on the
it
internet.
is. It is.
Okay.
It's there.
Please don't read it out. I'm sorry. Like, really, truly, I am sorry that I have suggested that you read this. Please accept that apology.
Okay, I'll read one sentence from it.
It's real good, but it's also real bad. Like,
And
real,
then my sister missed her period.
Yep.
That is an actual sentence.
Yep. Yup. It's oof.
Okay.
It's real good. Again, it's like, I know I'm not selling it. It's real good, but it's real bad. And so tread carefully. There's a link to Fluid Voices. You should all go do the thing and subscribe to it and listen to it as well. Which I haven't done, so do as I say, not as I do.
It's interesting. I didn't realize I'd be the centrist in the group.
Really? Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I can't imagine you as a centrist. That is very interesting.
Well, Ozma's far left. And I'm very conciliatory, as you know, and Rod is kind of dirtbag left. So.
Oh.
And the other guy is just sort of chimes in once in a great while and is very philosophical. He and I get along the best of the group because that's how I approach things.
Were you there when Godless Cranium? Is it Godless Cranium was like said something about philosophy, and I kind of gave my very strong opinion about how I dislike philosophy.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is why I didn't do philosophy with you and I did with him. Everybody gets their own kind of, when I do the interviews, everybody gets their own kind of where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
I always try and take people from where they're at and then go from there. Which is what I do.
Because me and philosophy are not friends. Maybe one day. Evans is starting to kind of convince me about it, but I think it's gonna take a bit. I don't think it's gonna be as straightforward.
Well, the weird thing is, you do philosophy, like you deal with philosophical concepts all the time.
Yes,
you just don't recognize it as philosophy.
Probably that's probably a good way to say it. That's a very politically correct way to put it.
Wait, how is that politically correct? What is an politically incorrect way of stating that?
I'm stating that I don't actually think it's not that I don't recognize that it's as philosophy, is that I don't actually think that it's philosophy. I think that would be
Also, you can't claim to be dealing with science and claim not to be dealing with philosophy.
That's where this whole thing started. That's what Evans said.
I agree with Evans.
Yeah, that's what Evans said. Evans is like, oh, there's atheists out there who say that there's a difference between philosophy and science, something like that. Entirely.
I mean, there is a difference, but like one is needed for the other one to work properly.
So sure, okay. So for the way that I see it, it's the way that you use philosophy and science is kind of the way that you use written language and literature. Like, yes, you need written language to understand literature. You can't have literature without written language. But you don't need to be a good writer to understand literature. And that's how I see philosophy. Like, yeah, sure, we can sit there and say that you need philosophy for science, but I don't think you need to understand philosophy to be a good scientist or or scientist.
You need to understand the philosophy of science.
Of science. Sure. Yes. Sure.
Well, philosophy of science is a field within philosophy. It's quite important.
Me and philosophy.
Like you can keep saying that. There's a reason why. Like in most science educations, at university level, even at bachelor level, you get a mandatory course in the philosophy of science because you need it to be able to do science.
And because of the crystal spheres and stuff, you have to understand them before you can understand the rest of astrophysics.
Oh no, I do. I forget who I told this to, but I think my problem is that I have had my experience with philosophy is I took philosophy in college. I had to for my degree, so I took whatever intro to philosophy, right? And that's the only philosophy class I took. So I took that, and then I spent most of my time in college arguing with a bunch of drunk and high 20-year-olds being obnoxious about this shit.
Oh yeah. Don't discuss or learn philosophy with drunken and high 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
No.
And then after that, I learned the rest of it. I learned from, or not learned, but the rest of it I got from Twitter and talking to people like Noel Plum, which I should just not talk to Noel Plum is really my problem there.
Well, he's muted me, which means I can say anything I want on one of his comments, and he'll never see it, and it's fun.
And I think that's great because that's honestly the best way to deal with him. But yeah, that I think has been my problem. Is that the people who I've interacted with regarding philosophy are probably not the best people to interact with about philosophy, so it has left a very, very terrible taste in my mouth. And so I don't like it.
Well, there is a certain sucking off in philosophy circles.
Yeah, there definitely is. That is very true. God.
Yeah.
And see, and then I don't know, it just gets to this like circle jerk like nonsense. I hate. It's just,
okay, I will agree with you on that. Like, I don't where it just becomes this weird arguing for arguing's sake almost.
Yeah.
And like it just becomes like a battle of how like the exact definition of some word.
That's my that's what ended up happening when I was talking to Noel Plum.
But that's like bad philosophy. That's like that's.
Well,
That's what like if you're really into philosophy, that's the fun part. But if you're not really into philosophy, you can still use it, and you still do. You just like forget that. Leave that to the philosophers.
Yeah.
The same way that you like if you don't like math or statistics, you leave that to the mathematicians, and just use the bits you need.
It's been only recently. I mean, I always describe myself as having a background in neuroscience, which is true, but I don't have the credits to graduate because I'm missing a couple of labs, and I can't afford to go back. My actual
sucks.
If I were to have what I have the credits to graduate in, of all things, is theology. So I've taken I have taken a lot of philosophy over the years.
Yeah, and I do understand that there's a bit of theology to be there's a bit of philosophy in like the things that I talk. Like, I have an English degree. We sit around and unnecessarily dissect literature, and there's some amount of philosophy that goes into that, and we have the human experience and all that nonsense. But at the same, I just every time somebody says the word philosophy, I just get like, oh no, we're gonna talk about definitions for the next hour, and I don't want to.
Definitions are important.
Not that important. so yeah, they're important, but they're important until the point that you can communicate. If you're gonna sit around and There's a point that you like go too far and you start to define things to the point where you can't communicate anymore. Like, or not just that, but you refuse to accept.
Hold on. You've read scientific papers.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like? Have you not noticed that that's also how much of like the exact definition of something? How often that matters?
Yes, but what you don't, well, maybe because of the nature of scientific papers are kind of a they're a one-way thing, right? Unless I know that people reply to scientific papers and whatnot, but they're a one-way thing, right? So whatever Scientist X says, this is the definition for whatever, a mammal, and this is what we're going to tackle now, right? And it's just like, here's the definition, we're going to move on. The thing that I've found with at least arguing with philosophers is that you have this unnecessary back and forth about, like, is that really the definition? It's that thing with like the atheist baby argument that happened on Twitter, whether babies are atheists or not, which is stupid because it depends on your definition, and just pick one and use that one. Don't sit around and argue about which one definition is actually better than the other.
Okay, so what I meant is that, yes, like in a single paper, obviously the definitions laid out there, that is the definitions that will be used in the rest of the paper, assuming it's written by someone who's just brain dead. But you will actually quite often see that, like, if you look through the literature, you will see these, like, essentially like written arguments in slow motion because they have to publish them, where they're essentially they're essentially arguing over the definition of something, but within the idea of like which definition fits the models best.
Yes, and even that's different than again, like the thing that I've seen. Like, does it? Again, I go back to the baby atheist thing, which is like, does it really matter?
It matters only in how you define free will, and that is where nobody went.
Yes, and I can see that. Yeah, and I think there is an argument to be made about like whether you define yourself as an atheist versus not. Do you fall under the definition of being an atheist? I don't. Somebody said that like you being an atheist is something that you self-identify as, not something that you can be labeled on you.
Which of course gets into the idea, like if we met an alien civilization that had never heard of religion, would we call them atheists? Because they're like, it would be it's a meaningless term to them. It's only defined out of theism.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wouldn't be a concept if theism didn't exist.
So, and nobody used the term apatheist, which is what babies would have to be, and so would the aliens.
Yeah.
Which is, they don't care.
Yeah. So it just that kind of philosophy is probably just because it's the one that I see the most.
Yeah.
And so that's what when somebody says philosophy, that's what I picture. I picture let's argue about.
You picture arguments that you don't really find interesting.
Mm-hmm. But like, and you pointed this out to me, Micro. Like, what is it? The Messianic Maniac or TMM. How much philosophy they talk about, and I'm a big fan of theirs, and I love all their stuff. So, yeah, it's.
I think the reason you like him talking about philosophy is because he uses it for something.
Probably. Same thing with like Wisecrack when they talk about like, because they do a lot of what I think. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's not philosophy for all I know, but they talk about.
It's most part.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they're. Where sometimes their videos are a little like, okay, now you're reaching.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. But yeah, so that's that kind of philosophy. If that's philosophy, then yes, I do like that, and I enjoy listening to it and watching it and whatnots. But the Twitter arguments over definitions are they're too much for me.
Well, that's all first year stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not. I I'll joke. I'll joke in the Horror Writers Association group on Facebook about Death of the Author. And it drives people nuts a little bit. I think the last thing I said was, if I subscribe to Death of the Author, do I have to hire someone or should I do it myself?
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day I should get Evans. Now I'm gonna tweet at Evans to get himself in here. Since now I'm having the conversation that I kind of refused to have with him. Kind of just ignored it.
Evans is Faithful Southerner?
Yeah, Faithful Southerner.
Oh, okay. I don't. Okay.
I don't. The name isn't a secret or anything.
No. I no. That's. I'm curious about something.
Oh, yeah. No, fail. Now I'm gonna. I'm gonna tweet at him. Get in here. Because yeah, that's.
Well, but doesn't he have like a job?
I mean, I have a job.
Yeah,
but he
like,
lives in the South.
I remember having a job. When I had to walk outside the house, it was very sad.
Oh, my wife was super pissed this morning when I told her the clinic was closed. And she still had to go to work this morning. She was not happy with me at all.
And now you've just been sitting on the internet and not like cleaning the apartment.
No, to be fair, I did clean the apartment. It's much cleaner now than when it started off.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
My ex-wife actually works downstairs, so that helps too. I mean, we both work at home, and we've got a 17-year-old kid. So. So my 17-year-old kid is here. And we have a rescue trans here too.
That sounds. I know what you mean, but it just sounds. It sounds like they're a cat. Like
No.
Oh no, I call her that all the time, and she finds. Sorry, them. Oh fuck. I call them that all the time because it's a thing in the trans community, and it's fine. I hope it's fine. If it's not fine, somebody tell me.
I like it. I actually, it's actually a very good term for what it is. But I just like. It just struck me like how much it makes them sound like you like you're a cat that you found like in the bins or something.
Well, I agreed to it because I figured, okay, well then there's going to be 3 trans and 2 cis people here. All right, I can do.
There you go. You gotta shift the scales a little bit.
Pretty much. In the strangeness that is this house.
Gosh, I can't even imagine. The South terrifies me. I'm not gonna lie. The South terrifies me a whole lot.
I'm gonna be visiting it in a couple months.
Are you really? Oh, where you?
Well, yeah, Pastor lives in the.
I
South,
know. I didn't realize it was like a couple of months.
No, May is the current.
I live in Buffalo. I'm not in the South.
You're not in the South? Oh.
No.
Yeah, no, you're way north. All right. Where?
The people that I've been in helping rescue or getting to get where they're going have all been in the South, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's probably where that comes from, because you see me talking about, okay, do you have somebody here? You know.
Yeah, that's the part. I would find it rough to live in the South. I have a friend who lives in Atlanta, and he's been trying to convince me to like go I'll visit, but he's tried a couple times to like convince me to move to Georgia, and I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like,
Don't.
I'm a little brown and Muslim looking, and like I just
Yeah, you don't look Mexican. You do look more.
yeah.
Well,
And since the beards come out, like to
be fair, the camera, the white balance of the camera does make you look like slightly less brown.
yeah. If I turn off the I should mess with the camera filters, but yeah, if I turn off the light and you get a little bit more.
Yeah, this isn't like your in color.
Yeah, I am a little bit browner, but yes, I'm very, very brown and have a beard and look very, very Middle Eastern. So most people usually assume I'm from the Middle East.
Pastor is warning you against moving to Georgia.
I don't want to move to Georgia. However, if MicroBlogganism is going to be in Georgia in a few months,
Road trip
to Georgia. I do have to stop by Atlanta at some point and visit my friends, so we'll talk micro.
Thelma and Ruiz.
I would love to visit Georgia.
She's saying that you can't visit, but no moving. People are racist towards Hispanics here.
Good. You can tell me in the chat or through micro, but do you live in like super rural Georgia or like Atlanta, Georgia? Again, I've been told like Atlanta is not bad or as bad.
She's in like the suburbs.
Okay, because that's what I've been told. Like Atlanta, the city isn't as bad because cities tend not to be as bad because they're cities. But it's the rural area. I've been told the same thing about like Texas, like Dallas and Austin are pretty good.
Yeah,
but everything outside of that is pretty awful.
It's a very nice. Atlanta's a very nice place, actually. Terrible Chinese food and wings are terrible. Are you can't get good wings, so I wouldn't move there. But
well, I guess that assumes like unless you don't really care for wings.
That's true.
Or Chinese food.
I don't know. There's there's probably a lot of good food. One I want to move further south anyways because this blizzardy nonsense is getting to be too much for me.
No, just
you're getting days off.
I still had to use my vacation time to take it. Like I didn't just get a day off, which I could have. One of the fun parts is that they obviously can't stop me from going to work. My job can't. They like if I want to go to work, they can't stop me. So I could have gone to work, and that would have forced one of my supervisors to be there because I can't be there unless the supervisor's there. And I was real tempted to show up to work just for that, just for the sake of being like, I forced somebody else to be in this goddamn clinic with me.
Oh my god.
Which would not have been, excruciatingly mean of me at all. But I ended up being told that the person who would probably show up is probably my favorite supervisor because she lives the closest to the clinic and would have the least amount to drive.
Oh dear.
What would you even be doing?
To be fair, I have a crap ton of things that I haven't done in like a week.
Oh, okay.
So I do have to like write up the doctor's notes and stuff like for the doctors to sign off. So I do have to write those, and there's a lot of writing in my job that I don't necessarily do because I just show up in the mornings and go on Twitter and yell at people instead.
Great job, English major.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh no, I hate science writing. Well, not that I hate it. It's just it's very, very counter.
It's a you have to use like the most like non-human language ever invented.
Yeah, I struggled. I'm better at it now, but I struggled the first couple of times I had to write something at the clinic. I struggled a whole lot, and like I had a lot of like edits like. All right, you gotta.
I have the opposite problem.
Yeah.
I've read and written so much in that stupid fucking language that has become my default now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I will just like use words and sentences that no fucking human should ever use.
One of my real life experiences was doing notes for a clinic at the Buffalo Psychiatric Center, and that was 3 months of my life where I did not sleep, and they actually just said, "You can't handle this job." No, I really can't. So I would do things like just I'd do write-ups for comic book characters, just to make my brain work in the right way. And the last one I did was, I think the last silly one I did was for the Joker. I wrote up the proper clinic notes for the Joker.
That's like 12 pages. There's so much fucking wrong with it.
That sounds like so much fun, though. That sounds great.
Well, that's the same way that they're like I think it's the U.S. Army. It's something within the U.S. Like government somewhere in it, where like to teach the people how to write like an emergency, like how to deal with an emergency disaster, natural disaster or something. Like to teach them the format, they've made one for zombies.
Oh, really? That's hilarious.
Oh. Yeah, just because it keeps people's interest as they read through it.
There you go.
It's a good idea, like as a teaching tool.
It is a good idea.
It makes sense. I mean, and if I were to ever tell anybody how to do the clinic notes, I would absolutely do it in some one of those ways. Oh. Sorry, I just got a notification and it distracted me.
That sounds like a good idea. I have to do that because so like the classic example, we do what's called a task analysis, which is pretty much like you write all the steps in a process of something, some task, right? So it's you're supposed to. The point is you're supposed to teach somebody how to do something in like an unnecessary amount of detail. And the example that you always get in class, and every time somebody teaches you these, how to tie your shoelaces. And it's super boring and dumb, and they're always like, "Oh, you didn't tell me which shoelace to grab, so I'm gonna grab the wrong one to be an asshole about it." And every time that's what happens. And now for the next time that I have to do this exercise, I'm gonna have to try to find like tell me how to build a bunker to stop the zombie invasion. I have to find something a little bit better than
what you do is like you take the piss out of the shoe tying idea and just like make a guide to buying Velcro shoes.
That's hilarious. Drive to store to give money, take shoes. I love it. Yeah, but inevitably, and then they make you do it like they make you do it in person. That's one of the things that's always really annoying. I think I haven't had to do this in a few years because I'm way past that level of training. But they'll make you do it like in front of the class pretty much like, "Here, tell me how I should put on this sweater." And then they're dumbasses about it as you give them steps just to like show that you have to be like extra detailed and just like, "God, you guys are such assholes. Just put on the goddamn sweater." Like, oh. But
that feels like the same when like when I had to take exams in a class that's taught in English, but like, the person I'm sitting in front of speaks Danish too. Like it's just two people unnecessarily speaking a foreign language. I say that, but I did actually decide for the thesis defense that I took everything in English.
Oh, really?
Because that's just what like all the words are in. Like it doesn't really make sense to like I would have to invent new words in Danish. That's essentially just a translation of all the like terms.
Huh.
Or like speak a weird like double language.
No, it'd be kind of fun. You could have had some fun coming up with new words.
I was pretty nervous. I don't usually get nervous before exams. Usually, all my nervousness always comes afterwards when it's all over. It's super weird. For the master thesis defense, that's the first time in a long time that I have been like truly nervous about an exam beforehand.
Oh, things to look forward to. Being nervous all the time. I love it. Nothing but permanent anxiety is great. Oh, by the way, I don't know if Pasta's still listening or not, but I did finally get laminated that stop being sad, dumbass thing that Pasta made for me, and I put it up on my desk, so it's in my cubicle, just reminding me to stop being sad, dumbass.
It's.
I think my coworkers think I have a problem at this point.
Some people use medication for depression.
The smiley in it is actually from some serotonin artwork she did.
Oh really? Oh, that's hilarious. It's really good. I have it, so I should open it and show it because it's really good. Where are you? You in here? Yeah.
I had a Watchman smiley face before it was a thing, which is how old I am. You know, with when the first issue was just coming out, just before that they had promo stuff. There's one advantage of being in the business which I was then still, is I get all sorts of weird shit before it's everybody else does.
That sounds great. I gotta.
So, well, people were wondering, why is there a smiley face with a bullet hole on your wall? Or with a drop of blood on your wall, rather. Well,
should we be worried?
In my dorm, it was great.
Yeah, I guess before it had such cultural influences, that would be kind of weird to see.
Yeah.
It does get a little lost in how popular that became, and it's how recognizable of a symbol it is now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I didn't, and it still took me another 6 years before I actually read it, but there it is.
There it is. I do love this. This is the made by Awkward Pasta. It's fantastic. It's the Stop Being Sad, Dumbass. So it's my motivational poster at work now.
Oh,
encourage me to get through the day.
And if people want to see more of her art, I posted the link to her Redbubble.
Oh, there we go. Cool beans. Gotta open that new tab. Keep it for later. Oh, this stuff looks cool. Oh wait, I'm gonna show it off. Sorry. Not really though. This stuff looks cool. Oh, there's the serotonin.
Yes.
That's really. Oh, this is some really cool stuff. Ooh, look at these mugs.
I have the round one in the first line.
Yeah.
The microscope. I have that as a on a T-shirt.
Neat.
And I actually wore it for the Master's Thesis defense.
Nice. This is some really cool stuff. I like it. Look at that. That's some really cool stuff. Oh, what does this one say? Here. Oh. STEMinist history. Oh, I like that. That's cool. There's some really cool stuff here. Look at that. This is all really cool stuff. I like it. I like this guy too.
The personal
the personal accountant.
Yeah, it's a bearded dragon.
That's
it developed out of some. I can't remember. It developed out of some joke me and Pastor had.
I'm a little I don't know what that number is, and I'm a little disappointed it's not upside down boobs. Not gonna lie, that would have been great if it was just upside down boobs.
Oh, dear.
I do like the serotonin shirt. That's pretty cool. Oh, look at that! It's got the molecule.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Oh.
Oh. Very nice.
Really cool art. So yeah, if you're here, you should go check this stuff out. Some really cool stuff here. Might come back to it later.
Pasta, how is the how is business going on this stuff? I hope well, because it's very good stuff.
Yeah, it is really good.
Well, she's sort of busy at the moment getting her education, so, but she's gonna make more.
Yeah, and getting yelled at by dumb customers at work.
Mm.
I find every time she tweets out about some asshole who came into the is it a restaurant or a bar? I forget.
Both.
Both. The restaurant, and just does something incredibly shitty. I'm just like, oof, like that's rough. Like, did somebody grab her butt or spanked her? I forgot. Yeah, slapped her butt, one or the other.
Yes.
Yeah, like that's some shitty ass behavior. Like, oh,
yeah,
that's no bueno. Don't be shitty to servers, people. Be nice to your servers. Oh, she's the hostess. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Either way, don't be shitty to servers or hostesses.
Don't be shitty to other people in
yeah. Don't be shitty to people who are doing their job. That's more or less the lesson to be taken here. That is one of the things I always wish that everyone had an opportunity or mandatory to do, is to work in customer service at least once.
Oh God, please no. I'm shy and I'm vicious. Those are two things that you do not in customer service.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Like you always get such entitled people. I used to work in customer service, so you always just get like super entitled people who are like, who forget that you're just like doing your job, and they want to like there's that like they want to blame you for everything, rather than understand like you're just following the rules of whoever told you, someone else told you to say these things, and someone else told you that these are the rules, and you can't necessarily change them.
My pet peeve is people who like will blame like servers for for bad food.
Yeah,
servers made it.
Yeah, it's things like that. People who like why like yell at you like why does your company have these return policies? They're dumb and stupid. It's like
I didn't do it.
I didn't make the rules. Yeah,
I think they're stupid too. But I have to enforce them, or I don't have a job.
Yeah. Yeah, that too. What was the thing that happened? Some lady, which she shouldn't have done this because she should have just let it happen. But I do find it kind of interesting about customer service is this lady ended up tackling somebody who was like trying to steal a TV at a Best Buy, and just beat the ever living shit out of him. And it all was caught on camera and whatnot. So but this lady just like tackled this guy and took him out. All because they were trying to steal some like TV or some Best Buy thing, and then she ended up being fired by Best Buy, for doing this. For
how dare you prevent our stuff being stolen?
I know. Which on the other hand, you should be like, okay, it's also Best Buy. Just it's fine. And I think a lot of big big store companies just pretty much say like, let them take whatever. It's fine. We have insurance for this reason and whatnot.
I could have saved a lot on external drives.
I mean, when I worked at a shoe store, that's pretty much what my boss told me. It's like, anybody ever like shows up here and like tries to hold you up or just tries to steal something, just let them.
To be fair, if you're trying to steal shoes, like if you need to steal shoes,
yes.
You can have them.
It was I think mostly directed at the cash register because we had an armed robbery at the bank like across the street, and so he's like, if they ever show up and try to like hold you at gunpoint, just give them all the money. It's fine. I have insurance. He was pretty much this thing. It's like I have insurance. It's not a big deal. So feel free to just give him the bag and give him all the cash and don't worry about it. But he was also very much in the like it's not worth you getting hurt just to protect this stuff.
Yeah. So. Oh, that reminds me. Did you see there was it was on Twitter where someone complained that the Uber driver like asked if they could use the bathroom and then they complained to Uber because they took a shit.
Yeah.
Like, wait, that was what you... And then Uber was like, yeah, they shouldn't have done that. We're like, what?
Uber's a nasty-ass company. Don't Uber. Goddamn Uber.
So they're not here because they're not allowed to operate here because they don't... They would be a taxi company and like normal people... Their cars aren't up to standards and don't have the things that a taxi needs to have. Mm-hmm. So they
around here, taxis are cheaper anyway. So
that's good. Yeah, I mean, I to a certain degree, I like the idea of Uber like being able to call taxi. I think it's more helpful in different cities. Like I know, sort of probably in Buffalo, it's in New York in that area, you can find taxis super easily, but. I've definitely been to like medium-sized cities where finding a taxi is much more difficult. They're not just at every corner.
Well, they're not here either yet. We have a strange rule here. Everything has to be called. So there are no taxi stands except at the bus station, and at the airport. Everything else is you have to call, but. Liberty Cab here is quick, and there's a free plug for them.
Oh, that's good.
So,
I had way long time ago when I was still living in California. My wife and I were taking a trip down to San Diego to visit my best lady, and we were taking the train down there. So we had like the train at like whatever 3:30 or something. So I called a taxi and was like, "Hey, can you guys get me a taxi out here at like 3:00?" And I called them at like 10 in the morning. Like, hey, I need a taxi at my house at like 3:00. Can you think you can do that? And he's like, oh yeah, we can. We'll have somebody out there. I was like, perfect.
5 hours.
Yeah. So like 3:00 rolls around, no taxi.
Oh no.
3:05 rolls around, no taxi. So I'm like, all right. Like, I called them up and they're like, yeah, we're on our way. It's like, all right, well, you got like 10 more minutes before I just drive myself there and pay for park. I just didn't want to pay for the parking for a weekend out in the street and whatnot. And so it's just like, we'll just drive ourselves. Just like it wasn't that far to the train station, but I just didn't want to deal with it. 10:15 rolls around or 3:15 are like, all right, well, I guess we're driving ourselves there. So we get there, we get onto the train. And as I'm getting onto the train, the taxi driver calls me. He's like, hey, I'm here. It's like, you're where? It's like, I'm here to pick you up. It's like, I am on the train now. Like, no. And then he got super pissy with me. And, like, I was like, well, too bad. Like, this is it. And just kind of hung up on him. And then he called me back. It's like, you can't just, like, call a taxi and then not use it. That's not, okay behavior. I'm like, maybe you should be on time, buddy. Like, I can't, like, I'm not going to sit here and miss my train just so that you get your taxi fare. Oh.
Yeah, like part of your job is getting here on time.
Yeah. Or if you can't get there on time, which would have been, like, I understand that you got busy. Just, like, when I called you, say, hey, we can't actually make it there on time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to be mad at you for that. I'm going to be mad at you for calling me when I'm getting on the train that you're picking me up. Bad experience. This is also a smaller city, medium city, so they don't have taxis. Like, I've had better experiences in, like, Las Vegas or New York where taxis are a little bit more frequent.
Just slightly.
Just slightly more frequent.
Just slightly.
So better luck there.
And for the record, Buffalo is on the other side of the state from New York City. Pittsburgh is closer to me than New York City. Toronto is close. Well, actually, it's Rochester and Toronto are roughly the same distance from me. So, and Buffalo is actually 3 cities. Nobody's going to care about this. Buffalo is actually 3 cities like clumped in a bunch. It's Buffalo, Niagara Falls, and Tonawanda, and no one's heard of Tonawanda, but it is a city. You've heard of Niagara Falls, but yeah. So we've got the 3 cities in 2 counties, and it's several million people. I think it's 2.8 million people altogether.
So many people. I always forget how dense the East Coast is. That's so many people. I think in like the Omaha metro area, I don't even think there's that many people. And it's fucking huge too. Like the metro area here is disgustingly large. And God, we can't be over like a couple of 100,000 people.
Ooh.
Yeah, no. Now I gotta look this up. Omaha population, because it's pretty small.
To me, that's the sticks.
I know, right?
I mean, I'm from Long Island, so.
Okay, that's also like the exact opposite of the sticks. Like you can hardly get any more opposite.
Omaha, it's 400,500.
That's not terrible.
That's not terrible, but it's also extremely large.
Okay, so the population of, can anyone care to guess what the population of Copenhagen is?
Copenhagen. I'm gonna go with 200,000.
A bit more.
I was gonna go with about 2 million.
Well, 2 million is the entire metro area. Remember, Denmark doesn't have like that many people.
Oh, by the way, I was kind of just guessing on that, and I said, okay, I'm one of those people who has to correct myself if I'm wrong. It's 2.8 million people in my area. I can't. It could be closer.
Oh goodness. Hey Red, how's it going? Red's
Hey Red.
So what is the population of Copenhagen?
So the population of the city is 600,000. And then the urban area is 1,300,000, and then it's 2 million in the entire metro area. And for comparison, the entire population of Denmark is 5,800,000.
Wow, so half your population lives in the metro area of Copenhagen. That's crazy.
Not quite half.
1/3.
Like 1/3.
1/3. That's still pretty. That's a lot. That's crazy.
Well, it's where all the things are happening. Yeah. Like we literally have a term for like the fact that everyone is moving away and nothing is happening in like the outskirts of the country, and like it's becoming like it's a serious problem actually.
Is Denmark so? One of the weird things about the Midwest, or at least the things that I find weird about the Midwest, is that like you have a city and then you have absolutely nothing for hours on end, and then you have another city.
No.
Is Denmark like that, or is it like
no? You will constantly be bumping into small cities.
Okay.
Because towns, I guess, is the correct word. Like villages, because that's how. I mean, that's for historical reasons. Yeah. You also constantly be bumping into like farms that are further out. So there was this like originally the way it worked was that you had a little village, and then all the fields around that were like the farmers from that town. They used those fields. And but then there was like by law, like way back, I can't remember exactly when, but like not within like a couple of generations, like it's a fair while ago. There's basically a law that said, hey, no, you shouldn't. We shouldn't have the cities, the towns like that. So now you're gonna be moved out. You're gonna have to build a farm like out in the middle of nowhere and use the fields around that. So they sort of like the towns are still there because they didn't like tear them down.
Mm-hmm.
But it means that like you have towns and then just have these random farms.
Huh. That sounds a bit more like how California is, because California you can pretty much go up and down the whole coast without ever not being around something.
Yeah, no, like there aren't really and like you cannot like get lost in Denmark. You can't like like be in a place where like finding your way back to civilization is gonna take days.
Oh.
Like those places just don't exist. You will, if you start walking in one direction, you will like either get to the coast or you'll get to some kind of civilization or road or something. Like it within like half an hour probably most places.
Okay.
It's not like there aren't any like true wilderness back. All the places that people think are wilderness are usually originally man-made. Because we had to make a law at some point to avoid like getting completely rid of all the forests in our country.
Oh no! I mean,
because
I think
it had all been used for building ships.
Oh, wow.
So and so because we needed a way to build ships in the future, the king decided that let's plant a load of like oak trees that in like 120 years we'll actually be able to make ships out of again.
That's very forward thinking of a monarch.
Yeah, well, we also had to like, I mean, we during because Denmark decided to be on the side with Napoleon during the Napoleonic Wars. The British Empire didn't like that, so they came and like firebombed Copenhagen, and then took all our ships.
Oh no!
And said, no, you're supporting the wrong person. Fuck you.
No more ships for you.
Well, around here, this is it is surprising to people who come here how clean it is, and how many trees there are. Somebody counted the trees in Buffalo proper at some point, and there were 10,000. My brain is not working on this, but we had an ice storm that actually knocked down almost 500 trees, including one that went through part of my house at the time.
Oh
no! And they said, okay, we're going to double the amount of trees that plant double the amount of trees that came down. So we are like we're a city in a forest. It's a very, very strange place.
That sounds good though. I love that. One of the things that at least Omaha is terrible about is having trees. There's like no trees here.
If there was a way I could even share the picture I took of my street. I have no idea how to do that.
You can share your screen, I think, somehow.
Yeah. If you move your mouse around and then click the little 3 dots in the corner.
Yeah.
There will be one that says share screen.
And then you should be able to pick.
Give me 2 seconds and because I don't remember, because somebody was saying, well, you live in a city which is all dirty and grimy, and I'm like, okay, fine. I'm gonna just stand outside and take a picture of my street.
Yeah.
And I'm in
But, like-
I'm in a lower middle class neighborhood, so.
Like how many trees were there in Nebraska to begin with?
It's true, there were like 5, so...
Yeah, like it doesn't feel like a place where there were naturally a lot of trees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, there were like 5 trees here when people got here. So, I mean, it's probably more than there were then, but no, it is very, there just aren't a whole lot of trees. And it's a little sad sometimes. Is all. Especially right now. Well, yeah, especially right now when it's just there aren't even leaves on it, so everything just looks gross and brown and dead. I'm a little salty that it's winter right now.
Well, that's good. Then all the salt will help them avoid icy roads.
There we go. That's how I get around. So Pasta says that there's a lot of trees with her as well.
Well, yeah.
No.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, we got a picture coming. Neat. So unfortunately, Evans says that they can't join. So no philosophy talk with Evans. Can't say I didn't try, Evans. If you ever see this, I tried. Put in a good college try to do it. Now I'm not gonna try again.
And yeah, I was about to say, now you will never try again.
Never try again.
He had his chance.
I'm gonna stunt my own growth just to spite you.
All right, there you go. That's my street.
Oh, very nice. I like.
Ooh,
that is a lot of trees. Very pretty.
Yeah. Oh, that car has been wrecked for a while.
Oh no.
It's a couple of years old, this picture. Yeah, that's actually from my porch, from my driveway.
Man, it makes me miss spring.
Yeah.
it's only like 2 months away.
I know. It's getting better. It's actually been and I know why, because global warming and things, but it's been a really weird winter where we haven't. This is like the first time we've had any amount of snow. Is today. Oh, there's Christy. Remember, we can still see you to your pictures, so you know.
Oh,
if you have anything you don't want to show off.
Okay, stop sharing screen.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
I don't think you showed any. Yeah, I don't think you showed anything like too bad.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get my channel's gonna get
Oh no, there's not in that folder. There's a lot of early test runs for me when I was coming out.
Oh.
So I don't really want to show much of that.
That's fair.
That's understandable. That's fine.
That's very understandable.
No. Oh, fine. Hold on. I'm going back. There's
All right.
There's something which I've never shown, but you've got to see. This will be the first time I'm ever showing this.
Oh goodness! Look at that exclusive.
Exclusive to the 6 people watching the stream.
Yeah.
One of which is probably me.
Gotta love Friday afternoon snow blizzard streams. They're the best.
Oh, yeah, and especially you understand that I woke up, went downstairs, got a cup of coffee, turned on my computer, and you were there. So I was I was up for less than 5 minutes when I joined her.
I will say all of this is mostly Micro's fault because I asked what to do and he's the one who suggested this. So.
Okay. Hold on. You didn't have to take my suggestion. I'm not like.
It's true, but it's way easier to blame you than to take responsibility for my own actions.
All right, here you go.
Are you sure you really want to continue with that? Especially now that I know that I can just make you do shit.
Oh goodness.
Oh.
That is.
Oh, look at that.
That is early me. This was a particular show where I just said, "All right, fuck it, I'm going out. This is my first show. It's the first show I'm doing."
Oh, you were
already
you
out.
said that you were in a band, right?
Oh yeah, I still am.
Still are, yeah.
Yeah, those are my guitars. Some of my guitars.
Very cool.
I like
But
the
that's-
outfit.
That is a very cool outfit.
I wanted to wear a Spanish dress. It's just, and I happen to have a Spanish dress because I had stuff.
Well, very cool.
All right, okay, stop sharing.
Oh, thanks for
So,
sharing. That's really awesome.
So Pastor's saying it's also his, as in me, fault that I went on that ride. So when she was here, we went to there in the middle of Copenhagen. There's an amusement park, one of the oldest ones in the world, but not the oldest one. That's further north. Yes, we have the oldest amusement park in the world.
Nice. Gotta have some claim to fame.
Yeah. So we went in there, and so you know those rides where it's like a big tower, and like you slowly go up, and then you sit at the top, and then it releases you.
Yep.
Well, they have one of those, and I kind of sort of like drag, I didn't physically drag her along, but I kind of just went, oh, we're trying that, and she and started walking. And instead of like saying, I'm not sure I want to do that, she just followed me and went up in the ride with me, and now she's blaming me.
Good.
So she was like the best part was so she had to take her glasses off, so she couldn't even enjoy the view.
Oh no.
And as we were going down, she just screamed like, I don't like this, and you can just hear me cackling like at it.
I think she's got every right to blame you.
She could just have said like, no, I don't want to go. Like, I want to take that ride.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, just I approve of Pasta's philosophy to just blame you for it. I think that's good.
I think I'll do that from now on. I'll just blame Micro.
Yeah, just blame Micro for everything. I think I have a stream called that. I think I have a stream called Blame Micro.
You think you do?
I think I do.
You almost certainly do.
Oh goodness. So yes, it's always Micro's fault. All right.
Always.
I'm debating. Maybe I'll talk to you, Christy, about this later because it's on that topic that we do not speak about.
Oh dear.
Publicly.
That topic.
The topic that shall not be named.
The topic that shall not be named. And also they just had a hangout with Sargon Avocad on that topic.
That's who I thought you were talking about.
Oh, no.
Yes, that's what.
So we gotta talk about that at some point. Once I finish the video, I got a little bit into it.
I will be up for it, but I actually have to watch that before tonight.
That's fucking
because we're going to be dealing with that.
Yeah. Yeah, of all the people to have on your stream to talk about
that.
I put
the thing we will not name.
The thing that we will not name. No, but
although we kind of already have. Like,
well, if I name it, I get canceled, and I don't.
You already got canceled.
My friend, my semi sort of sometimes, and for as of now, definitely not anymore. Girlfriend. I had tried to explain to her what happened, and she's so not plugged into online culture, but she is in a private group I'm on Facebook, and I put up a picture of the two of them together, and I just said, okay, this is the one who wrecked everything is the one in the hat, and the other one is the guy who ran for the EU in UKIP, and she actually knew about him. And got fished.
Not just that, he fucking broke the party.
I do love him for that, if nothing else.
Well, she's in the picture of him getting fished. So.
I also love that. I also love the fishing and the milkshakes. Those are fantastic.
Are you approving of violence?
I'm approving of violence.
I'm approving of fishing in general.
Oh, goodness. All right. So with that said, my wife is here for lunch, and I've been kind of ignoring her, so I think I'm going to go spend the rest of her lunch. But I had a fantastic time chatting with the both of you.
Oh, you too.
So go check out MicroBlogganism on his channel. I'll put a link in the thing, and go check out Christy Abbey on both her channel and Fluid Voices, which is going to be in the
Fluid
chat.
Voice.
Fluid
It's
Voice.
Fluid Voice.
Fluid Voice.
Singular.
And in the description, and they have a premiere or a show tonight. So
yes, we have a show at 7:00 Eastern. GMT -5 is how I always put it. So.
All right. So yeah, go check them out. But with all that said, thanks for being here.
All right.
We will see you everybody next time.
Bye. Bye.